welcome back to my Wonder World. Now, so many things to talk about. I have so many things to talk about. I scrapped yet another thing because my biggest problem so far with this this series is that I give myself too much to do, and then I inevitably can't do it in time. And then I'm like, oh, well, it's hard now. I feel bad about myself. But no, none of that. I think. Well, not that I think, I hope that this episode is going to be way more organized. Sorry for such an abrupt and such a quick introduction. I know it's a little bit weird, but like I said, I do have a lot of stuff to talk about, so I am kind of clamoring to go. Alright, I'm going to make the jump now. I'm not going to mess anything up. I did a bit earlier. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, thank goodness gracious. Yeah, I did a bit earlier where I couldn't make the jump, and I had to, put the flowers back. There's still some missing if you look around here. I don't know where they are. So, the biggest piece of news so far for this wonderful, wonderful morning is this whole area for the Spring Festival. I was going to do a whole lot more with it. I was going to do it a whole lot more. There was going to be a whole build competition, and I know it's weird. I know this is such a weird way of going about showing you guys all of the new builds, but I think I'm still going to do it. Because when I have a lot of people in my world, it can get very, very chaotic. And I don't know if I'd be actually able to do the introduction with so many people online. So instead, I'm going to go through each and every build and tell you what they made. There's a whole lot. Starting with what I think is most impressive. Sorry, Gavin, Steve, Jake. And also, Zep. But I think one of the most impressive builds, if not the most impressive build in my world at the moment. Look at this! It's so well detailed. I don't know if you can see it because I'm kind of in the trench over here. But if we go around here, Creepalotto made this. If you don't know Creepalotto, it's because I haven't introduced him yet. He might be around in the world every now and then. He went actually crazy and built this whole thing, and it's really well detailed too. It's got a ton of different blocks. It's not just like the normal kind of build that I have in my world where it sticks to like a few blocks. It's so detailed. He used like this cherry wood alongside these little nether bricks, and he even used the planks for cherries. I'm just so impressed. But if we go over here to where the new rails are going to be, we can just take a second to look at it. It's so crazy. It's unlike any other cherry blossom because we have these naturally spawning ones where I guess it's not naturally spawning. I put them down, bone mealed them. But we have the natural cherry blossom trees over here, and when we have this absolute behemoth of a build, this is crazy good. I should probably stop gushing on about how good this is though, especially because I'm not the one that made it, and we have other things that we need to talk about, and I'm kind of leaving everybody else in the shadows. Next big thing I want to talk about, I kind of glossed over it just a second ago. It's this little addition I made to the metro system. Now, this was planned to be its own episode entirely, but I just kind of went with it because everybody else was building. I was kind of looking for something to do. My favorite thing about it right now at the moment is this little glass. You might be able to see in the introduction that I have the same glass for my bedroom. I put it over here. With the shader packs I have, let's see if I can get in. I think I'm gonna break my way in. With the shader packs I have, you can actually see little light rays. It's like red, yellow, green, and blue, I guess. It's so cool. I absolutely adore it. Oh wait, actually this is pink, isn't it? Just looks red. Yeah, it's pink. Oh, that's lovely. I kind of went with the Easter color palette for the spring, and I absolutely adore it. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I go inside a little bit more, and the light rays start to appear, you can actually see all the different colors in the fog there. That's so cool. I absolutely love this effect. It just adds so much color to it. I kind of dislike sometimes how it goes away when you go outside. That being said, I guess it would be really annoying if the outside constantly looked like there's a ton of fog. And over here is where I was going to put all of the really, really cool Spring Fest games. Now, before I get on to these two little cool little things, we have Gab's build right over here. His build, I'm assuming, I heard them reference this, it's supposed to be a Minecraft movie thing. The only problem with it, though, is I still haven't seen it, and I have no idea what it is other than this really, really cool enchanting place. which I absolutely love. I don't know why my textures are so weird here, but I absolutely love it. I thought we put a little cookie jar in here. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I think I'll extend the pathway down to it later, but not now because I don't want to touch too much around this area. And I must admit, I was a little bit rude. CJ had a different build in entirety. He had an absolute behemoth itself that spanned from like over here to over here. It was this kind of ring thing with a bunch of pillars, and it had a giant statue of a man sitting in a throne. And I didn't want to be mean and take it down, but I did end up taking it down and getting rid of all the blocks I was using it because it was so imposing. Because it just felt so out of place. I'm really sorry, CJ. But after I did all that, after I did that little thing, he made this absolutely amazing little gazebo thing. He hasn't put the roof on just yet because I did have to go to bed. But I still think it looks really, really awesome. And it is absolutely fitting for this area. I think this feels important. This feels like an important structure. This feels like I should be using it for something. Or I guess including it more because of how cool it is. So I think I'll have to think of something for that. But now we get to actually go on to the next three things. For one, the machine Zeth made over here. This little like response machine of sorts. And then the spleef game that I made while everybody else was building. So if we go over here, we have the yes machine and the no machine. They're both empty. Alright, for one, we get the yes machine. Okay, it begins to give you a ton of really, really positive responses. So I get like most intelligent thing all day. You're a genius. Yes, I mean, yeah, subscribe. Oh, come on. Cool idea. Absolutely mind-blowingly awesome idea. And most intelligent thing all day. Again, I absolutely love this. It's really funny. And the other absolutely hilarious thing is the no machine, which I think is absolutely hilarious just because of one quote in particular, which Creepaloto came up with as well. What were you thinking when that came to mind? Never ever do that. Are you losing neurons? That is a horrible idea. Why would you even think of that? Mate, you're not that dumb, are you? And these, oh my gosh, this is one. How many microplastics went into that idea? I know it's a really silly thing. Especially because the whole machine, the whole purpose of the machine is either to pat you on the back or just ruthlessly insult you. But I still think it's really neat in that he could definitely add a ton more. I'm not saying that he has to or that it's unfinished, but I am saying that like there's so much potential here for more stuff and like really, really funny responses that, oh, maybe I could add some as well. And the last thing that we have so far is the spleef minigame. Now, it's very simple. I don't have anybody to play it with just now because I didn't invite anybody this time around, but I think next episode or so I will. Alright, now the whole point of this, the way you play the game, is that you put all your valuables in this little winner's pot thingamajig. And so let's say somebody puts their blocks of diamonds in here and somebody else puts their blocks of diamonds in there, and then they go to their respective sides, and then they duel it out, and then whoever wins after 3 rounds, or I guess whoever has the most survive, maybe we could do like a first to 3 deaths loses kind of thing. It's not too organized, but the basic point is it's still pretty simple. So you go around here, you try not to fall in, and there's going to be 2 people running around trying not to fall into each other's traps. And it is simple. This is an absolutely very, very common game. But it's also absolutely hilarious, and it's really funny when somebody that doesn't know how the game is actually played or what's in the thing loses. And I absolutely love the Price's reactions. I'm trying not to go in myself, but I'm not doing very well. Okay, I did see that coming, absolutely. Anyways, yeah, there are a ton of puffer vision there, which I named a losing in spleef. So if you die, you get the death message. For example, Zachary was slain by losing in spleef, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. Just past the spleef minigame, I cleared up a whole ton of land for us to use, and for us to build something really cool in. And sticking with the idea of spring, I was going to make this giant little hedge maze of sorts with cherry leaves and flowering azalea leaves, and it's going to take up a large portion of this area. And the whole idea of it It's going to be competitive, kind of like the other mini games all are. There are going to be viewers. We're going to have a timer, and we're going to time how quickly you can beat the maze. In order to beat the maze, you have to actually do two things. It's not like a simple one exit solution kind of thing. You need to find your way over to wherever the bone meal chest is. Like, let's say there's a bone meal chest around here, like full of bone meal. You take this, then you have to go all the way around to where another chest is that contains a ton of trees. And when you can find the place to actually put the cherry blossom, like let's say there's an exit and it goes up here to where everyone else is watching, there's going to be a little circle around here. You plant the cherry blossom, you bone meal it, and once the cherry blossom is all the way up, you've won the game. And we get to see how quickly we can do it, and we can kind of race each other. I will say it's probably going to be really annoying for the competitors playing the game, because they're not going to be able to stand up over here at the exit, because that's going to give them an advantage. They're going to be able to see the maze and recognize the way through. So they're going to have to stand in a waiting booth or something like right over here and wait for the other person to beat the game while there's like waiting room music or something in the background. That's absolutely hilarious. I love the idea, and I'm totally going to do it. I'm totally going to do it. I think this is the first time I'm gonna make a note block machine, but I'm so excited to do it because I can only imagine how funny it will be for them to be waiting in that little waiting room with note block music going on as they just like sit in silence for like up to maybe like 5 minutes waiting for somebody to beat the game. But without further ado, I think I'm going to get started. I don't have any of the leaves in here because I am a very disorganized person. But I think I can get started on some of the things. And, you know, just as a little bonus for anybody that's actually going to be playing in the next episode, or I guess the one which we played the maze in, it might not be the next episode, it might be the one after that. But I think I'm also going to contain a hint for where the chests are going to be. Because that way, if you actually watch the video, those of you who actually play in the Wonder World, if you actually watch the video, you're going to have a little bit of an advantage. I think that's really, really, really funny. And I think the first big thing I want to do is I'm going to make this little part that splits up into two right over here, which is, oh my gosh, so painful. And I think I'm going to tell them that this is the right way, to go. So if you do watch, and you're going through the maze, remember, you have to turn left first, and that's how you're going to get to the bone meal chest. But I won't tell you much beyond that. I think at most, you'll just have to have an eagle eye on the time lapse, and remember your way through it all. But yeah, the chest's going to be somewhere around here, and then I think the other chest is going to be somewhere through there, and then they're going to have to go to the exit way up here, but that's gonna take a while. So of course, as always, I'm going to do a really, really cool, way too absurdly long, no, run it back into it. I lost my voice there for a second. Oh my gosh. I saw the creeper, and thinking that I was not in third person looking at myself, or I guess second person, I backed away from it, and it got me closer to it. You know, if I didn't do that, if I just didn't move, I might have actually lived. That was so stupid. Oh my gosh. And then I took fall damage. Okay. Well, nobody talk about that one. I better not see any comments. I better not see anybody talking about how silly that was. Because I you know what? I will call you out on it. I'll be mean. Yeah, before any other creeper tries to blow me up, I am gonna get started. I will see you all in just a second after time lapse. And then I think after that, we'll go through a bunch of other cool stuff that I want to do. But it's not time to ramble, it's time to build. So like I said, I will see you guys in just a second. I did such an absolute good job. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. I did an amazing job. This is an absolute behemoth of a build. I know it might not be that crazy compared to like a lot of the stuff other people make, but this is so crazy. It's so huge. Now I was actually able to play it just a little bit before I had to get up and do things. But oh my gosh, it's so cool. I genuinely do think that it will confuse them, at least a tiny bit. I went through, it wasn't too difficult because I knew where to go, so assuming that they make all of the right decisions, it shouldn't take them too long. But I really can't wait to see how long they're gonna mess up for, because I'm gonna say this just now. If they do play this, if I haven't released a video and they haven't seen it yet, and they play this for the first time without knowing absolutely anything, they're not gonna know that this entire chunk of the maze, like all the way up to like over here, is all a waste of time. There's no point of going to any of it, except for the very, very, very end. I feel like the majority of the maze, and I know this is true for all mazes, I'm not just being silly, but I feel like with this maze, everything was just built to be a massive waste of time. And I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to get them to play it. I might get them to play with me later this day, but in terms of, I guess, this episode, you guys might just have to hang in there and wait a bit to see them actually play the whole thing. I might go do a little run through it really quickly for everybody, at least everybody watching the video. But it's so awesome. I adore this. Alright, so if we go over here, this is the winner's area. I decorated it just a teensy bit. It's nothing too special, but you put the cherry sapling right over here and then you bone meal it and it'll make a giant cherry tree, which is very, very, very awesome. The inside of the maze isn't too decorated, but that's kind of by choice, really, because I feel like if I did that, if I did decorate the entirety of the inside, it might be a little bit overwhelming. And I really don't want to do that. Anyways, I'll show you guys the way through, just really quickly. If you don't want to, you can always skip to after I'm done with this, if you're gonna play this in the future, because I will release a map in the future, and then you won't get spoiled. But for now, I am gonna show everyone. So first of all, you have this little decision to make. You go right or left. You're gonna want to go left, because if you go right, you're gonna end up wasting your time. You'll need to go back there later, but you don't need to do it in the beginning. If you go here, you could turn left. You just hang onto this wall all down here. I think you go straight right over here, and then you take this corridor down. Yes. Oh, I already forgot where I am. I think I'm gonna get myself lost. I think you hang right and just keep going straight. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, you go all the way down there. There's a sign that says "Fooled ya" to make them think that they've gone the wrong way. But if they turn this way, and they just keep making their way through here, they will eventually make it to the bone meal chest. If we just turn a little bit more, it's just on the corner, you can see it through the hedges. Here it is. Okay, so you take one stack of bone meal, and then you make your way all the way back. I mean, not all the way back, not all the way back to the beginning, but you make your way back here to the foodie part, and you go just through here, I think? I think this is it. Yes! Yes, it is. Okay, you take a cherry sapling, and this is the annoying part. This is a part where I feel like if they're gonna get mad at me at all, they're gonna get mad at me here. So you gotta make your way back through this little section, I think through here. I'm getting to memorize it all. But that it feels like such an out of the way place that like they're gonna think you're lost when they go through there. That you go all the way back here, all the way back to the very beginning of the maze. Because I thought I'd be nice and cruel with this one. And then you go right this time around. You go through here, and it's gonna give you several choices. I think you go down the far right one. You go all the way straight, then you turn left, and then there's another maze underground. If you go through here, it's a little snaky, makes a bunch of turns. You just keep going straight. This is the way through. If you go down, if you go straight when you go into the tunnel, you're just gonna waste your time because it's all dead ends. It's all a ton of dead ends. Designed only to waste your time. But here we have it, here is the end. So assuming they're as quick as I was, this should be a cakewalk. This should be super incredibly easy, but I don't think it's actually gonna be that easy for them. I think they're gonna struggle immensely with this. And they're not gonna be able to complete it. at least as fast as I did. I think I'll be the winner for now. But yeah, and then you have this nice little tree. I'll have to bring down the tree in the future, which kind of sucks because it's a really awesome tree now that I think about it. But yeah, once they have it, they'll have to go here and then they'll be able to bone meal a tree. Hence the name, Bloom Zoom. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It's so amazing. But yeah, that's all of this. That's the maze thoroughly completed. I absolutely adore this. It looks really, really awesome. In the future, I might add more things to it and make it look a lot cooler. But for now, I'm going to leave it relatively untouched because I want it to stay this way for when they actually play the game. It looks so amazing. If you have any suggestions as to what I should do with this, please do tell me. Because I love hearing any and all kinds of feedback. It's really, really, really cool to see. That's all this. There's not much more I can do right now. Oh yeah, wait, no. Wait, I can do something. The waiting room. I totally forgot about the waiting room. Should I even still do the waiting? That's gonna take so much time. Okay, for now we're not gonna make a little notebook contraption, but I think I'm gonna go underground and make a tiny little room with a jukebox really quickly. Is this a good sized room? I think this is a good sized room. I'll just pop a lazy little lantern right there for now. Or better yet, put some oak planks right here. And then put the lantern down. Oh, it's so low. We can go one lower. We can go one lower then. And this is gonna be the room. I'm gonna decorate it really quickly, but it shouldn't take too long. So, I finished the room up. It's nothing too big. It's a little bit lackluster, but I think it's really good. It's pretty basic. I used chisel bookshelves for like almost all the walls and a bunch of paintings to make everything look a lot more interesting. I gave them seats so that if they are waiting on another person, they'll just sit around the jukebox as it plays, and they wait for the person to actually finish the maze. And the only disc I'm giving them is Creator. Yeah, they're only gonna be able to play Creator. It's not my favorite music disc out of all of them. I don't think it's theirs either, which is kind of the reason I put it here. Just to be a little bit evil. Yeah, they'll have that. Maybe if they ask politely, I'll give them another music disc, but this is all they have now. Can't wait for them to actually be here and wait in this room to finish up the maze. It's gonna be so much fun. But for now, I'm gonna say goodbye to this room, and I'm gonna say goodbye to the maze and wrap things up. And maybe also remark a little bit on just how much work I did to terraform, because this is insane. This whole wall wasn't here. I kind of brought the land by a ton. If you watch one of my older episodes, you might know that this wasn't here at all. I just kind of brought the land and made a giant little cliff there. I just thought it would be an amazing addition to the Springfest area over here. It looks really, really cool. The only quarrel I have with it, really, is the fact that these cherry trees that I put all over the place, they're kind of blocking everything. I might do a little bit more for Springfest, but for now, I'm not trying to take on anything too big, so we're not gonna do it just yet. For now, let's say bye to everybody. I didn't really bring you guys in the episode, so I'm sorry for leaving you all out. Oh, Moro, Meggy, Nico, I'm sorry for leaving everybody out of it. But before I leave the doggy cabin, or the cozy canyon cabin, I actually do have something relatively important to say. Thorn, you guys haven't seen Thorn in a while. He's been in the walls. So, he's been kind of out of the way. I came up here to have fun with the secret little tunnel thing I made. As I entered the little tunnel system, I saw Thorn sitting on top of this chest. And I was so confused as to why he was there, and then I remembered I hadn't actually seen Thorn in a very, very long time, so I brought him out of the walls, thankfully. But yeah, I think I'll include Thorn sometime in the future with another couple of episodes. That would be really, really, really cool. I really miss having him around. I didn't know that he was just hanging out on the walls. So yeah, we'll bring you on for a few more adventures, Thorn. I'm so sorry for leaving you stuck in there all this time. Hopefully, you knew you'd just be stuck in there, and that was the plan from the beginning. I really hope so, because I'd feel really bad if I just left you in there. That's about it. That's about all I have for now. I'm gonna go up to my room, and we're gonna put on my favorite music disc, or we could also play a different song entirely that don't actually have music disc, because I absolutely love ending the videos off with Tiramisu Cat. I might do that instead. Alright, going back up. I really do need to get more music discs though, because we just have Cat at the moment. We had Chirp and Maul for a while, but I put all the blocks away somewhere else. I put my entire inventory in some other chests a really long time ago, and it had all the music discs in it, so right now, all I have are like an insane number of Cat music discs. If we check it here, I think I have another one. Yeah, we have another one. I really need to get more music discs, because I only have like those 4 discs of Cat, and then I have the disc for 13, and nobody likes 13. It's super creepy, and I refuse to end anything off with 13 for that reason. But without any more of my yammering, without any more of my, I guess, yapping? What do I even call it at this point? It's just, I have so many names for it. Anyways, whatever. Without any more of my rambling, which I thoroughly enjoy doing, that is all that I have for today's episode of the Wonder World. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope that you had a lot of fun watching this video, and I hope you have a lot of fun watching another, if you so wish. I hope you have a wonderful day outside of all this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!